Okay. Oh, whoops. I don't even have the game running. How about that? I didn't even have the game running. Hi, available, com, and MTG. Okay. Boy, I should do something about the chat. How the first messages of the chat don't work. Or the first like few messages, they don't show up. So let me change that. Well, I can do... That's not much. There's not much else I can do. Hey, Nick, Shaq, Mo, Marco, and Nathan and Jacob. Okay. What happened to my Taptap? Why did it crash? Now, I could play Void Cage, but people want team critique, so there is that. Let me set this timer. Okay, Google set a timer for 41 minutes and 15 seconds. Have I seen Cyberpunk? I have not, although I did see that the initial reviews don't seem that good. It's supposed to be really buggy, I get. Hey, Drake. Hey, Draken. Void seems okay. Update should be starting in about 4 hours. That's the idea. Alright. So let's start with... Okay. I guess we'll just hop right on into it because, yeah. Hey, Andrew. Hey, Zon. Okay, so we'll put this up here. Let's see if I can get through as many people as possible. Alright, so we'll set this to auto-click. Tomorrow is community keys, so I don't know what else. I don't know what I can do about... I don't know if I can do a special one for Void Cage. But I put out a stream on Void Cage, so... Void Cage is the new mode. I put a video out on it. I called it Planetary Expedition before, but that was the wrong name. Hey, Mads. Alright, so we'll start with PM, who decided he wanted to post early, even though I asked him not to. Did they nerf pre-idle? No, it's not that they nerfed pre-idle. It's that the amount that you get for pre-idling compared to what you need to finish the event is not necessary. Like, you don't need it. So... Okay, well, I just answered it. I'm going to assume that Benjamin did not hear what I was saying literally just now. It's because you can finish it for free. You do not need to pre-idle next week because everybody, assuming they're paying 3,000 gems to get to tier 2 rewards, can finish it for free. Actually, before we hop into team critique, let me prove to you. Let me show you guys that. I don't know, Giovanni. Maybe we'll even see some .62s. Is black a color? No, it is not. I do not believe so. So I spent a bunch of gems just to finish it up, just to see what I could get. Now, what we know is that you get about 30 an hour, meaning that you get about 90-ish a day from idling, plus 100 from logging in. So based on that, everybody gets about 1330 for free. And then, if you pay 3,000 gems to unlock this, they give you 200 more. So that means everybody can get to 1,500 plus for free without any effort at all. And all you need is 1,400 to reach this point. So it's absolutely guaranteed that everybody can reach the final tier without needing to spend any gems on the wish wheel, anything, any money, anything. So wish wheel, just use it to save up free spins and spend 3,000 gems and you will make it here for free. So basically everybody is getting 5 Phoenix Stones for the cost of 3,000 gems. That's pretty amazing, to be honest. I'm so happy to see that. As far as this final path, I mean, it's $50 for a Demon Whisperer, so I don't think that you really need it. And actually, I'm curious if you can spend $50 and unlock all 3 tiers at once without needing to pay the gems here, but that I don't know. So the reasoning for that is you got to spend 50 bucks to get this item. So you do not need to pre-idle, and you'll get plenty of these. You'll get enough to finish up the event for free. Just to spend my last 100. Phoenix Stones are for converting or breaking down heroes that are 10 stars or anywhere from 7 to T4. You can, if you can use them to break down heroes if you made the wrong ones, or convert a hero into another hero of the same faction. All right, David. Well, because let me just put this here for David. This is for David. Just for him. Okay, so hey, Dolan. Okay, so we'll start with oh, whoops. What the hell? Why did that happen? Oh, that's why. Hey, Dr. Roshi. Okay, so we'll start with PM. Easier to ask, but it's also now easier for me to make that text bigger, so beware. That's coming. That's definitely going to be making a few appearances today. All right, so we'll start with PM. He did not post any questions, I think. Rag on Kurt Valk, energy on the remaining 4. Well, you need to get rid of Aegina and Freya. They're not that good. Hey, JSB. Hey, Soy Boy. So you would like to get Lorelei, and I don't know. A Vegoseer would be nice. Azathoth would be nice. Dr. Roshi, unknown. Unknown. I believe based on what the dev said, it's a mistake, but we will see. Maybe, maybe not. They'll fix it before it comes out on our servers. We will find out in about 6 hours, so... Rex, I really would like to do only 1 per person because I already can't finish everybody that submits. Aegina is still amazing for Den and Planet Trial. She's just not good for PvP anymore. She's not endgame for PvP. So, I mean, this team, I guess I give it like an 8. Like, Aegina really falters on this team. If it wasn't Aegina, it would be a lot better. Nathan, the only point... You can skip making the 10 if you need to, but it's really only for those that are absolutely out of flag. So it's kind of your own call on whether or not you want to focus flags on making a serious hero, or you want to just ride the wave and see what comes your way. So I'm just going to give him an 8 and say your goal is to get rid of Aegina because she really just doesn't do well in high-end PvP, especially where there's a Kurt involved. Okay, next is Devilry, who posted a lot of pictures. Hey, Roman. Oops, I was completely off on the keyboard. Vibin, I don't even see a question from you. Oh, wait. Doesn't matter if they fix it or not. Yig is good. Even if his taunt gets blocked, it's still amazing. I am not really excited for new den levels because people that have amazing teams with Kurt Themis no longer can beat 585 or even all the way up. They get stuck at like 592, 595. It's no longer if you beat 585, it's a free ride all the way up to 600. The aura change really hurt a lot of people in climbing in Den. So I am not excited to see more levels because I know how strong they're going to be. And I know how hard it's going to be to beat them. So this is Izzy again. I have a bunch of these. And I really like this flavor. Although I think I like the blackberry one the best. And it's going to be the same thing for Planet Trial as well. I already can't beat 171 in half of them. So having them go beyond 180 is like, I'll never even get there. So it looks like in order to beat past, or even to get to 600, you're going to have a perfect team with like double Kurt and a Themis, or something crazy with maybe Yig. It looks like Yig is going to be extremely effective in PvE. Hey, Shibshanker. This is a soda. It's straight up a soda. Alright, so... I didn't need that picture. So I'm very worried about what's coming in Den and Planet Trial. And I would say be prepared to see a lot of salt from other people that have already cleared Den. Hi Karma and Spaz. I like it. I really like this flavor. I like almost all the easy flavors. So, huh. Alright, so the Verthandi's good here, but this Luna is like, what the heck? Update is not going to give more flags. Well, you'll get maybe 10 more flags every week from Void Cage, max. We'll see. And that's assuming you're not buying the upgrade materials. So I don't think it's going to be great. Hey, Alexis. Let me see here. So to replace Luna, what would I replace with? I actually think Ripper would be better here. But I'm not sure that you've got enough fodder to level the Ripper. Alright, so this is looking at basically a single carry Verthandi team. The rest of it's whatever. The Freya is nice, and he's got a good start on these. And It's not a bad team, but it's not a significant team. So, hmm. Mountain Dew Code Red, I used to drink it all the time, and I haven't in a while. Jacob, is this you? Luna as fodder and Medusa. No, oh, never mind. This is not you. So in this team, Luna is fodder, Medusa is fodder. Hopefully to get Freya up. Either one of them. Hopefully the Medusa. It's looking like he foddered somebody. He had a different 9-star and he foddered them to make Verthandi, and Medusa is the replacement. So yes, both of these are fodder. And you don't really have options. I would suggest Ripper because I think Ripper is going to be pretty solid. Oliver, I think Verthandi is more stable. Available, I have Twitter, but I almost never use it. I really hope that you would just get Discord. It's a simple app on the phone. Very easy to use. So this team, I think he'll do fine against 10-star teams. I'll give it like a 6.5, maybe. In that range. I think, yes, trade Medusa for Ripper. I Giovanni, actually, I liked their Baja Blast one. That one was not bad. Not that easy to find. Alright, so we'll give this a 6.5. I mean, it's decent. I'll give it a 7, actually. It works. This team is fine. You just need to find some better heroes to fill up the rest. Alright, so this is going to be Zon. Is Themis better than Valkyrie? Themis has more of a place in a high-end team, but Valkyrie is stronger support for most teams. I would say Valkyrie is better from the beginning all the way up to late game, and then Themis is more important at late game. Baja Blast was Taco Bell? Maybe. Maybe. I don't get it. You're sitting here with an 8-star Dro and you wonder where to put Yig? I'm not sure on the thought process. I mean, immediately take the Dro out for Yig. Does Yig help this team? I guess he does. Yig helps almost any team he's in. Hey, Fendi. Even if you have Dro copies, you would rather be building someone else. Dro is not a strong T4 option. Hey, Tokai. Dro is definitely not a strong T4 option. So you would like your team to be these 6. You'd like to have Lorelei in place, but if you can't, you should make... Mads, please read the red text right there. Please read the bottom of the red text. Giovanni, it is not. I don't know. I think that Yig is going to be like Azathoth, where he does really good as tank, but he doesn't need to be. You can still use somebody else as tank if you have a stronger option. Like if you have Verthandi, you should tank with Verthandi. If you have Monkey King, you should tank with Monkey King. Yig is better than Watchman. Definitely better than Watchman. So My real name? That is a secret to everyone. Even to the people who think they remember what it is. Okay, so... this team, I guess it would get a 7.5. But I suggest you don't build Dro at all. Angakara Yig fits into almost every team. Period. Yig is just good. Alright, well... this is for Evan. This is for Evan. Because, I literally don't care what your team is. I literally don't care what heroes you have. If you have enough to pull for Yig, you should pull for Yig. And that is going to be my answer. Okay, let me reword it then. Let me just put it there. So you can start the counter over because now it's going to have... now it is much more easy to understand. Alright, so yeah, this team is fine. Next will be Moomin. Alexis, do you want to live in fear? Like, if you want to wait and never pull because you want it to be skulled, you can do that. If you want to live in fear and never play the game just because you just want to keep waiting for the perfect team, then, you know, you can do that. That's a valid choice as well. But you will regret it. Do you know how many people are regretting not pulling for Azathoth right now? Alright, so you just want to know how to set up the team? Alright, you have one option here. So the way that I would do it is Phoenix, Valkyrie, Kurt, Azathoth, Themis, Skuld. The reason for that is to have 3 bubbles in the back, just in case they happen to have Azathoth and to completely stop his initial thing. Fendi, I'm not taking team questions in chat. If you want to submit your team, it's got to go through the team critique. And honestly, this is a great team. Like, there's no problem with this team. This is basically as good as it gets. So we'll give him the Pogi score. Rico, you need 330 on hand to be able to pull for just Yig. But if you would like to guarantee that you get the up chest hero, you will need 410 on hand in order to reach the 500 mark for the guaranteed Yig. You don't need to pull all of them. Just pull enough until you get a Yig. So again, Phoenix, Valkyrie, Kurt, Azathoth, Themis, Skuld. The back line doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want, but the front line matters in that order. So 9.62. Sun, it does not. Energy Summon is always a rare 5-star. I don't understand what boost you're looking for because there is no boost at all. Full 3 rounds is 1,230 keys. Or 1150 if you just want 3 heroes. Aiden is mid-tier. Not amazing. Oh, whoops. This was Moomin. Okay, so next is Ninja Sun. He didn't have a comp. Oh, that's true, huh? That's true, huh? Okay, so Moomin did not submit a team, so he has the potential to hit 9.62, but because he did not submit a composition, we don't know what he would have built, so we're going to drop him to 9.5. Actually, we'll drop him to 9.25, and this is now the new rule, is if you do not submit a team, I'll give you the rating of the team you could make, but you will lose points for not making a team yourself. Is that better, Pogi? Fendi, Vivienne, absolutely yes. And Ripper is good early, but not a late, not good late. Sun Paul, if you look at the key odds, they always have 5% odds for 5 stars now. It is no longer doubled during key events. And Hadrogenis, it's always at 5%. Okay, so Ninja Sun here. Oops. Wow, I am off a letter on my keyboard. S2 only by Miracle Eyes. Boy, people really like Shib Shankar. I've said he's mid-tier. That's the last time I'm going to answer that. You know what? I'm happy he's using Skuld and Lorelei and not Medusa. So, you know what? You get bonus invisible points for that. I would prefer to hold Dro because it's very possible she will get fixed and possibly get more useful again, but right now it's worth it to hold on to her and not build her. Veg better than Lorelei in PvP. They do very different things. You may want to reconsider who you're swapping in that situation. So this team is great. This team is great. The composition, I would say this is fine. Yeah, this order is fine. It honestly doesn't matter that much. As long as Verthondi's in front, the rest of it's not super critical. Nathan, I still have like 6 copies of Dro in my bag. I can make her again if I need to. I absolutely have the option to aim for Dro again in the future. If people are foddering their first copies of Dro, well, you know, what can you do? What can I do? Veg's T4 can... The only thing that it adds is... It targets all enemies instead of just 4, and it gives plus 35 or reduced 35% crit reduction damage. 35% crit damage defense, meaning they take 35% extra damage from crits. And it does that when it crits. So he becomes much more useful with his skill hitting all 6 people. That is like instantly a big upgrade. So 7.5 or 8. I think for where he is, it could be an 8. Which honestly means that Zahn probably would get an 8 too. Should I give Zahn an 8? Actually? Well, this was Zahn. I think that... No, you know what? I just saw this. This is a T3. Your priorities went wrong here. Nope, you keep the 7.5. But we will give Ninja Sun an 8. I'd say keep going with the team you've got, but you should pull for Yig. Jimmy, you cannot break 6 stars, only 7 stars and up. So it will cost you 10 flags before you can break a hero. Mulan is broken alliance right now, but I definitely don't think she's the best. She's probably second best. Alright, next will be Come At Me. And Shaq, I do not look at the Taptap Reddit, so actually I do not know. I know they linked my tier list somewhere on there, but I don't have any more. I don't know anything more than that. Come At Me, 47. Watch. I think Mulan is really only if you're just desperate for somebody to make. Mulan is broken because if her skill hits 4 people, but she silences all mages on the team even if she doesn't hit them, which is really stupid. So if you have 6 mages and she attacks, she hits 4, but all 6 are silenced. It's a bug. It's not supposed to work that way, but it does right now. So right now she's better than she should be. I don't think that you should make her based on that, knowing that it will be patched. Can Verthandi reflect crit? No, I don't believe so. Mulan is already fixed? I don't think so. She wasn't fixed last week. I tried it in peaks last week and she was not fixed. Alright, this guy has no team, so he is going to be the first person to truly get a negative point for this. Let's see here. I mean, the team is obvious. You're definitely using all of the 6 stars. Leonidas, I still use speed on him. That's the way to guarantee that he gets faster than Ultima. Not Ultimas, but like... faster than even speed scolds and such. Hey, Craft Kids. Fendi, pulling outside of heaven and hell is just a terrible idea for anybody. If you have 6-star team, you should never be pulling outside of heaven and hell. Unless you have 3 Scolds and 3 Themises. And maybe an Azathoth and a Bale. If you've got that, then go ahead. Don't pull in heaven and hell. But if you don't, and I know you don't, well... then, yeah. Best 3 is still probably Skuld, Phoenix, Valkyrie. At this time, the easiest to use, or the strongest at all tiers, regardless of what your team is. When Skuld is a factor, Kurt gets added. But without him, without Skuld, Kurt doesn't do so hot. Ripper is a strong early T4, but not so good later. Nathaniel, I figure your team. We know what the team is. Lorelei has... he asked for top 3. Lorelei's outside of that. Okay, so this is going to be for G2 plays. Oh, no, I can't. Never mind. I can't make it bigger, so... it's in the video description, and it's right up here. Lorelei is 4th. Hi, Cesar. So as a team, this is... it's not as good as it could be. Just because of the star differential. You're pairing 6 with 9. And that's a recipe for disaster. So this Freya is basically useless. Vandette, all of my bets were wrong. I might just give up and start betting highest power even on my main and give up. I mean, yes, you should use Freya. You don't have any better options. But you should be focusing on her. She needs to get up to 8 stars before she's outside of a waste of space. Olivia, you can kind of give up on. Dark Best, you missed 5 teams. That's it. Olivia, you can give up on for now, and I would say also try to avoid focusing on Bloodtooth. So Lorelei, Verthandi, Freya, Detlaf, you can focus on these, but everything's gonna just depend on what you get for fodder and depends on copies. Honestly, if I bet highest power, I would have gotten 6 of them right, I think. So, by trying to be smart about it, I ended up being stupid. So you were using Skuld. Okay, that's bad. So this team, I'll give it a 5, I guess. It's very average. Hey, Josh. Boomin won. The only... So I lost. Draken lost. Who else lost on power? Hungwell won, but I don't think he was the high one. I think it was Milcrease. So it was me, Milcrease, and Draken would have lost. So if I bet on highest power, I would have gotten 5 out of 8. Dark Best, you need 330 on hand. Srikant, I'm not going to do teams out of order. So this team, I'm going to give it a 5. It's decidedly average. I lost because he set up his teams to counter mine. If I had swapped the position of my second and third, I would have won it. But I was lazy on positioning because I was thinking about how I could beat Revan, and I should have been focusing on my side of the bracket. Best gear for Azathoth is speed and energy. Alright, Rex. Well, we'll put you in as Asu. Vandette, you can. You just don't get enough from free idol to make a difference. You can finish the event. Okay, fine. I'll reword it. There. Is that better? T1 speed depends on opponents. If you have full speed opponents or people with like full speed skulls, then you can use speed T1 on Azathoth. If not, you can use attack. I think I would swap Freya and Valkyrie. Jimmy, it's in the altar. Look in the altar and it's down at the bottom. There's a second option for return. But I really wouldn't break down make someone 7-star just to break them down. It's a waste of effort. Gear for Themis, defense break and attack rune, or Ragnarok and defense break, or no, Ragnarok and attack rune, or I don't know, something with attack. She's very situational. You can put energy on her, or you can put attack or death break on her. It works fine both ways, but it's going to depend on your opponents, because sometimes energy works, sometimes it doesn't. And I can't tell you that because I can't see your opponents. Kurt needs Sculled, period. He needs it because he needs protection from being crowd controlled. It's very easy for him to get stunned, petrified, silenced, and completely get shut down. Very easy. Okay, so I don't know that swapping the Freya versus Valkyrie is a humongous difference, but I would do it. But what's the rest of the bag? Nothing great. I think your damage is lacking. I'm going to give it a 5 too. Maybe a 5. I'll give it a 5.5, but I think you don't have enough damage. Vandit, it's all on the Discord. I even tagged everybody. The full chart of costs is on the Discord. Lunar Trial is... It's worth it, but Watchmen is not worth building for most people. It's worth it for all the extra stuff you get and the Moonstones, but not for the Watchmen copies. Blizzard's Yig's taunt is amazing. He can completely disrupt entire teams. And also, in his current state, his taunt goes through T3 Heaven and Hell bubbles, meaning if you get a Yig with speed and energy, it's very hard to stop him from throwing off your team. Yig goes to 3rd place in Horde. Definitely 3rd place. But that's not a high bar, because the previous 3rd place was like Bloodtooth, who is really not that useful outside of being 1st or 2nd T4. A 6. Okay, I don't mind giving it a 6. It's a decent team. I think he doesn't have enough damage, but it's okay. Dark Best, the guess is it could be Yig, but they may realize how broken Yig could be. And so, unknown. Completely unknown. But we won't know because we've still got a good 20 days left in the Luna trial. So they could throw out a new hero by then, and now all bets are off. Your damage is good? I guess. It seems pretty unreliable. Okay. Hold on. I gotta do 5 minutes. Okay. My gold key timer just went up, so let me do that real quick. Gotta do about... Bloodtooth is not meta, but when you get into 3rd place in a faction, it's not meta anyway. Although the funny thing is, I still say Phoenix is in 1st place in Horde, and he is definitively not meta anymore. Alright, so next is gonna be... Patsrick. Alright, this guy is flexing. Vandet, look in the current event tips channel where it always would be. Snipe, that is right. We are getting the update with it tonight. It should be starting in about 2.5 hours. Minato, I mean, the answer is he's just good. I really can't make it any shorter than that. He's good and you will not regret pulling for him. But there is an announcement on the Discord that has more details. He is a defensive support, but he's a very useful defensive support. And this guy is flexing. Look at this guy. He's got this frame that I will probably never have. Hi, JNVR. Wow, 10-star level 186. 10-star level 186. Wow. That means you actively chose to pursue Dro over... Wow. This is the frame for getting all 8 bets right in honor. Wow. And you've got a Ragnarok. My goodness. It means that you've been working on Dro for a long time. And in the time that it took you to make her T4, it doesn't make sense that she's this low level. He has 2 rags? Oh my god, he does. How do you have 2 Ragnaroks at VIP 0? Oh my god! Andrew! Andrew! I accidentally turned them off. I accidentally turned this off. Why didn't it show up? Come on, show up. Andrew, you're crazy. Thank you so much. And I repeated it 3 times, but thank you so much. Then Skull Skin I will get. But, okay. So, Patrick, this team is... Or, your luck is ridiculous. And yes, the Wish Machine is completely useless. Pew Pew... It's not that he's overrated, and it's not that he's super strong. It's that he's good enough that he will fit on any team. That's the point. If you want a hero that is usable, he's usable. He is 100% usable by anybody. That should be your criteria for pulling. I lost my train of thought. And because of the up chest, now is the best time to pull and guarantee the most possible copies that you can get. So, who's Andrew on Discord? I do not know. Actually, I don't know who donated, but thank you so much. The chances are high that they won't have 3 bubbles. And if they do have 3 bubbles, then if you have Azathoth and Yig, you'll break through them. And plus, Yig doesn't have to be super fast. You could just use someone like Vedrasir, and that'll break all the bubbles too. Not only that, Yig is so hard to kill that he's gonna get many chances. Many chances. So, yes, he's worth pulling. Back to this guy. I really question... he doesn't have to be tank. He can be. I think we need to see him in action to know how good he goes in tank. Azathoth or Aegina? I would go for Azathoth. Aegina's not really useful well, okay, let me think. Aegina would be better because You don't have a Skuld, but Aegina also does better with a Skuld. Azathoth, I'm not sure helps that much. I'm not sure how much Azathoth helps this team. I feel like Azathoth's role is to enable burst from like Kurt or some of the others. And if you don't have that kind of damage, I'm not sure how much he helps. So my initial thought is go for Azathoth because he'll be better longer. But I don't think you can go really wrong either way. The last undead hero was Aegina. Okay. Oh, so you're making Skuld. In that case, probably still Azathoth. I say still go for Azathoth. Alright, so this team fails against Skuld teams, but I think it's pretty solid, minus the Drow. Your other 4 are good enough to make up for the Drow, so I think it's fine. So I'm going to give it a 7.5, just because the Drow weakens it a little bit, but when was Drow done? Hold on, I can get that answer. I want to say something like March or something like that. When was Drow released? Alright, Drow was released March 5th. No, March 12th. March 12th is when Aegina. It gets a 7.5 because it's a solid team. I'm pretty happy giving this one a pretty good score. He's got some of the best T4s at this point. Detlef gets hurt by Skulds, but he's got Freya and Valk to do well. Ryan, the text over there is very big for a very good reason. Alright, next is... Oh, wait. What? What's up? Here we have a teddy cat. What's up? What's up, teddy cat? Would you like a teddy tummy? Here is a teddy tummy. Valkyrie did 7.7 million in Planet Trial. Yeah, she can do more than that. Where'd you go? You want to come hang out on stream, Teddy? You're very cute. You can come hang out with me. No, he's gonna sit down on the ground. It doesn't okay. Fair. At what level does Kurt T4 be good to output damage? He was doing good damage at T3 280 for me. He is full tiger. So he is a tiger tabby. Why? Oh wait, I should close submissions. I'm gonna close submissions so if it's been an hour. If you have to ask if you can still submit, you are way too late. That is the easy answer. All right. How good does Lorelei tank do on this team? Maybe not that good because you've got Freya and Aegina. Maybe not that good. Okay, yeah, I need to go faster. Okay. Frank, it's because people stopped using heavy cleric teams and the T3 bubble just ended up being too harsh for her to get through. So this team will do okay, but I'm iffy on how reliable this Skuld is as a tank. Like, I don't know if I would prefer to have Lorelei, but if you have Lorelei, what's the risk of the wrong person eating the Skuld revive? I feel like even in this team's, Aegina is going to eat the revive first, in which case having Skuld as a tank is kind of pointless. Oh, is the music not that loud? Let me raise it up a little bit. So, Skuld tank is a desperation option. Is if you have no better hero to tank, then Skuld is fine because she does revive. You would really prefer not to tank with Valkyrie. You run too many issues of her getting crowd controlled. Like Freya's regular attack, you can lose Valkyrie to that very easily. And Freya is faster than most Valkyries, so you really would prefer not to have Freya or Valkyrie up front. Yeah, Frank, Dro is just not impactful in PvP anymore. And really not even in PvE at all either. Oh, God, I don't know how to rank this. I just don't feel like it's top end. I feel like I could give this an 8. Because the Kurt is solid, but the rest of it doesn't support Kurt. But by having a team like this, you are trying to face other Kurt teams, and they will be more reliable than this one. So I'll give it an 8. I just feel like it's even having Kurt, the team is great, but by having Freya Aegina, it lowers the reliability of the power of the team because these two are very squishy. And they add too much of an RNG factor that is not solid. So we'll do that. All right, Azeroth. Can you replace Aegina with Monkey King as tank? Absolutely yes. Monkey King is an amazing tank. He gets torn up by Azathoth, but he still does very good. Phoenix would be great. I mean, there's a lot of options. I can't just say get Phoenix, get another Skuld, you know, get Themis. It's not as easy as just saying that. Dro is good in Expedition, yes, but if you're only making a hero for Expedition that really you can use other heroes and still do 15s, why would you keep Dro? I would replace Aegina first. Aegina really just needs to survive too long to ramp up her damage. And hey, Bulldog. I have no idea how to rate this. What? Come here. Come here. Teddy. Come here. Yeah, good boy. Good boy. Here's a teddy tail for you. Secret treasure I hope is coming soon. Z-Max, absolutely yes. Save your spins. You should not need them this round. I don't know how Mulan does in this situation. I think she would beat Detlef one-on-one. She may do well against... Would she get wrecked by Bloodtooth? Would she get wrecked by Verthandi? I feel like Verthandi would hurt her. Dark Best, you can always build Veggiesir. I really don't know. He's got Verthandi, which is a decent tank. He's got Valkyrie, which is a good start. But, like, I haven't seen enough screenshots of solo Mulan in action. I just don't feel like it's that good. Like, Alexis, how would this do against a solo Verthandi? I really feel like Verthandi would kill her one-on-one. Like, even if this was a T4 Mulan, I feel like Verthandi would kill her one-on-one. Maybe not Detlef, because she's faster and she'll keep Detlef silenced. Maybe not... Maybe Bloodtooth would do well against her? So, I'm not sure. I'll give this a 6. But that's more because I don't know how to rate it. Yeah, she would beat Reapers. But she would... I think she loses to Bloodtooth. She loses to Ripper. She loses to Verthandi. Sean, I'm rating how well he does against anybody else that is at his same level, meaning a single team that is T3. A single team that has one T3. And I think that he beats half of them and loses to half of them, which means it's a decent selection, not amazing, but should do okay. Hey, Min. Well, there are heroes that are strong early. So if this was a Detlef or a Ripper or something, it would be ranked higher because it would be more reliable. But I feel like Mulan is straight up in the middle. So I'm going to give it a 6. And I'm going to say that I could be wrong here. King Lorenz, you could read this text right here. Or you could read the video description because it also tells you. But submissions are closed for this round. Hey, Jin. So, I mean, he agrees Verthandi beats Mulan one-on-one. So I'm going to stick with a 6 because I think it's a good team, but it's not reliable enough to go higher because it has such weaknesses. Alright, JSB. I think it's an okay team. Dark Best Veggiesir recently got buffed. On T4, he now reduces crit damage defense by 35%, and now when he freezes someone, they lose 15 defense. So he became much more utility, and he has potential to put out some decent damage. Okay, so this is JSB, who I can fit on this line. Bloodtooth is mid-tier. He's really good early and really, really useless in a full team of T4s. Teddy, what do you want? Oh, you're so cute. Okay, so this would have been a 7 if it was just like this. But actually, it would have been a 7.5. But this Verthandi is T3, and you focused on making a T3 Verthandi and then a T1 Aegina, instead of focusing everything to make a T4 Verthandi, which is a very poor choice, so you lose points for that. So I'm going to give you a 7. Bryson, why would the ruling be any different for your alt? If you take your alt serious at all, you should pull. Azathoth is very good, but he is support, and he needs a strong team. So Dinker, do you really think that... So Mulan's not like a good early T4 then? Well, JSB, that just means that you chose poorly, because you chose to make a T1 Aegina before making Verthandi, which is also a poor choice. So we're gonna keep the decision there. Vandet should be done for free. Should be done for completely free. Okay, let me see if I can... Let me see how I can clarify that. Oh well, now I guess it gets smaller. There. Now there is no way people can question my wording. You cannot question my wording now. Okay, so we give JSB a 7 again because you chose... Your priorities were wrong on this. But your next T4 after Verthandi is either Valk, Freya. Valk or Freya would be the best ones. See, Andrew... That's true. Okay, fine. God, now you guys are just making it hard. Now you're just being critical. There. 3k gems. There. My gosh, you guys are... There are terrible people in the world, and half of them are in this stream right now. Okay. Alright, this is Thick Nose. Alright, Vandet, I refuse. I refuse. Because it's not just Phoenix Stones. You're getting other stuff too. I refuse to qualify it any more than that. I refuse to qualify it any more than that. Because if you need to ask more than that, then there is no hope for you. You should never play a Taptap event again. Does he have better options? He does not. 7.5. Solid choice with Freya. Keep going with her. Focus, absolutely do focus on making her T4. Do not level up heroes. Like, if you're going to choose a hero to go T4, make them T4 one at a time. Do not level up other heroes to smaller stars in the meantime, because a 10 star is useless. Muse, I could be clearer, but I feel like I don't need to be. Alright, so PM we already did. This is Ivan D2. Okay. Decoy. Man, this is a good team except for Aegina. Holy cow, this team with VIP 0? This team with VIPs, this is ridiculous. Wow. I am... Wow, Florin, I'm cut off for today. No more submissions today, sorry. Wow. Wow. What else does he have in it? And he's got Bale. Alright, well, you want to see amazing. This is amazing. This is amazing. Do we give him a 9? I think I want to give him a 9 point. Can I just say 9.5? Aegina versus Freya is kind of a mixed bag, because Freya's damage is not going to make a huge difference all the way on this team. This is not a team where Freya needs to matter. Kurt is the core, and so Freya is too unreliable for that. At least Aegina has her silence passive, which is a little bit stronger, or a little bit more useful. 9.62 is the highest at this time, due to the ruling that we've decided, which is because everything can be beaten by anything else, there is no perfect team that is unbeatable at this time. So we've decided that at this time 9.62 will be the highest that you can reach. That is the justification for why 10 is no longer a score that is given. At 9.62 is the max. Freya benefits from Kurt, but because her Petrify is so random, she does okay. She's just not the highest. 4 star shards. Who would they be on? Phoenix, Skuld, Valkyrie, Aegina, I guess. Why not 9.62? Because this is an Aegina. This is not a team that will beat all other Kurt teams. So I either give it a 9.5 or a 9.25. I'll say 9.5. It's just slightly below. I think it's going to beat a lot of teams, but I think the Aegina or Freya is the opening that people need to beat you if they have the same teams. If they have the same team as you. Alright, so we'll say 9.25, but bump it up to a 9.5 in order to, because of his VIP 0. That's amazing. That is straight up amazing. Ivan, no, you don't need more star shards. Unless you want one more to put on Freya in honor. What would I change to make this better? Replace the Aegina with either Kurt, Bale, Themis, Skuld, or Watchman, or Azathoth. Any of those 6 options would improve this team. Aegina is just, hey Bold, Aegina is just not, she has no place in the highest end of the meta. So Aegina is strong early. She falls off when you start facing Kurt teams. Kurt just changes the entire direction of all PvP. Single-handedly. And so if Kurt is in the picture, all critique is different. That's true, Dinker, but on a technicality he loses. So these scores do have hidden variables in them. Oh, I forgot to even... I haven't even started Planet Trial yet. Oh man, I'm gonna have to auto-click and maybe get to, what, 173? So I guess it's screwed. This team is at best a 9? You think 9? I was thinking 9, but I'm not sure. I think it does fine. I think this team holds its own against Kurt teams, not 100%, but I think it beats them enough times to be comparable. And also, I lost my window. There it is. Okay, we'll say 9.25. We'll just leave it at 9.25. You think it gets demoted to 8? This is gonna beat like 80%. This is gonna go toe-to-toe with most of the Kurt teams out there. I think you're gonna... If they don't have a perfect Kurt team, you will go 50-50 with them. So this goes up at the highest level of PvP here. Okay, well your scoring of 8.5 is not the same as mine. So we're going on a different scale here. If this was a Themis, this would be a 9.62. Alright, next is Srikant, who posted a lot more pictures than I needed. Dang it. If I had Themis, I could get to 179, right? But I don't have Themis. It's so sad. I hate Planet Trial. I'm like so doomed in it. Okay, so this is Srikant. Srikant loses points for not submitting his team. It's true that some people post more, but I just don't need like your bag of, what is it called? Oops. I don't need your selection of artifacts and stuff like that. Why won't this play? Did this song just not work? Okay, my pretzels stopped. Hold on. It just completely stopped playing. Why did it stop playing? What the heck? Why did it stop playing? No, why would you do this to me? It stopped playing. 10 minutes max. I'm looking forward to it, but it's a long ways away. Because I still gotta make bail first, so I'll just suffer for a while. Okay. Top 6 heroes is your team. Yes, but you had to post that because we are critiquing your team setup. Okay, Verthandi 10 for tank is fine. I feel like Watchman doesn't help that much on this team. Especially, well, he is very low level too. Alright, so this would have gotten a 7.5 because Detlef is perfectly fine as a first T4. But because he did not post a team, we'll give him a 7. We'll give him a 7. Okay. So I mean, this team is fine, but remember that if you're going to take someone to 10, try to think about who you can make T4. Now, Verthandi as your next T4 would be great. Totally great. But my goodness, everyone is still stuck at 8 stars. Are you sure you have copies for anything? Like, it doesn't look like you have enough fodder to make anything. So that's kind of odd to look at. Alright, next is clickbait. Did you submit last time? No, you did not. Okay. Clickbait. Is this new line? This is new line. So many people with this 5-star skull that you think it makes any difference whatsoever? I'm like, I don't understand this. This skull probably fires 1 in 6 matches. If that, probably less than that. Like, I don't understand why people do this. And I actually cannot see the rest of your... Oh, wait, I can. I didn't open it. Aegina would do better there. Vivienne would do better there. Hero that increases crit rate? Kurt increases crit rate on mages. I'm not sure who increases crit rate for the team. Nameless King, maybe? Oh, Skuld. Duh. Skuld increases the team's crit rate by 10%. At T4, actually. Azathoth? Maybe, maybe not. Azathoth at 5 stars only banishes for 1 turn. So, I don't know how significant that is. I guess it's an option. But, like, you have a Vivienne. Well, okay. Vivienne's underleveled, so maybe not. I don't know. So, I guess either Aegina or Azathoth would be fine. Neither one is going to be significantly better than the other. But wow, a 10-star Valkyrie on VIP 0 is already a great start. That's actually pretty amazing. See, I don't... Okay, so the problem with using Vivienne is because there's a 10-star here, the 7-star still almost never gets to fire. Especially because it's Vivienne, who is really slow. I'm not 100% convinced that the Vivienne will do like extremely better than Azathoth. Probably she'll do okay, but Zmax I will be pulling on the last day. You know what? Whatever. Just use Vivienne. If you're gonna use people, you might as well use your higher stars. I don't remember if... Let me check, actually. Does Vivienne have any passives at 9 stars? When HP is below 30%, increases self-damage reduce, increases allies' attack, and heals all allies. Her passive's not bad, actually. Her passive is actually not bad. And then she has this other thing that while she's alive, your healing is up 10%. So you know what? Use the Vivienne. I think her passives will help you better than everything else. But you really need to do something with your hero levels because they are ridiculous. They are ridiculously bad. Okay, so this team, can I give it a 7.5, I guess? Because it does have Valkyrie. Valkyrie does fine. Bold, you think they'll weaken it? I just beat 171 and I think I'm not going any further. Oh, Gigi is playing and got to 170. I don't know if I can beat 172. Latigi, it would be Aegina. Gabar, so there is 2 categories right now that you split that into, which is core must-have and a whole nother category of heroes that can fit, that can work well with that core, and is a selection that if you have some heroes from that selection, you'll do fine. Which is basically Phoenix, Yig, Watchman, Azathoth, Veg, actually Vivienne. These are heroes that all do perfectly fine in T4 teams with a Kurt Burst team. So Yig is not required, but he will work just great in an end team. Should you get Scold or Phoenix? Generally go for Scold. Okay, I just tried 172 like 10 times. I don't think I'm beating it. All right, so we're gonna give Clickbait a 7.5 because solid base team and he's got room to move. This Scold is a waste of space, but I don't think that you lose too many points for that because it wasn't super useful anyway. I mean, it was kind of an empty spot anyway. Latigi, try it out. I prefer to have Azathoth not tanking, but he tanks perfectly fine for other people. So honestly, use both and see which one you like better. Got to 179 with a worse team? What team did you get to 179? Because this is all I've got. And I don't really know what's the best way to work with this. I feel like if I had a double Kurt maybe, or a second source of damage, maybe I could do it. Maybe if I do this, actually. Maybe this would do it. I can't beat 172. I feel like Themis would make it easier. If I had Kurt and Themis, I could do it, but like I don't think that what I have gets there without like 10 hours of auto clicking, and I don't feel like doing it right now. But yeah, I can't do better than 172. Not with what I've got. I mean, how do you get to 179? Wait, that team is... What? You got to 179 with this? Like, this is Sushi Killer's team. This is his exact team. And I'm getting destroyed here. This is Rag on Kurt. Yes. Kurt has Rag, and my other one is on Lorelei. Maybe I'll put it on Valkyrie? Maybe I put it on Valkyrie instead? Bone Grip on Azathoth. Some people. Some people. Some people. Alright, Sushi, can you DM me your entire setup of artifacts? And then I will play through it. Well, Viv, I don't have, so... I'll play with this some more later. Actually, you know what I can do? I think I can auto-click this. Hold on, let me try something. Nathan, remember, this is Planet Trial. I lose my undead and elf. Wait, what happened? Didn't work. Oh, I see what happened. Okay. Okay, so... that was my bag. We were looking at my game. Alright, so we're gonna go back to clickbait. We'll give him a 7.5. Moving on is... I have it auto-clicking Planet Trial right now. Moving on is Roman. No, why would you do that to me? Drop Valk for the second Skuld. Drop Valk for second Skuld. Okay, I'll try it. All right, I'm gonna auto-click on that for a little in the background. Okay. Where is it? So Roman is next. Teddy. Man. Sizo. Oh. I see. I see. Ram Yig fits in all teams with 2 or 6 T4s. Yig will do fine in all teams. Will he beat teams with 5 T4s with this setup? Yes. Yes, he will. He actually will. Could he do better? Yes. Oh, and Andrew, I will send you screenshots. Oh, no. Okay, let me see here. Vegvasir actually is a very RNG hero. I'm gonna give it a 7.5. I just feel like it does okay, but it's not great. The Ultima is an interesting choice. I think the Ultima is actually a really fun choice in this team, so that's fine. Who increases more, Ultima or Khalil? Actually, I don't know who gives a better increase. Probably similar, huh? Okay, so I'll give it a 7.5. I mean, obviously you want Skuld, obviously you want Lorelei, but honestly, until they fix Saizo, he is such a big drag on the team. He can't kill anything. So the moment that they have Monkey King, Skuld, anything, I know he can do damage. He just doesn't get kills he doesn't do what he's supposed to do. He does... Okay, so Ultima over Khalil. Even at 6 stars versus 9? Man. I am not doing good at 172 at all. That's 21 fails already. 22 fails. Curse you, Planet Trial! Alright, we'll give him a 7.5 and we'll say, I'm sure he's doing average against other teams, but 7.5 is basically the solid positioning team that does well against most teams, but has glaring flaws, which is Skuld and a heavy RNG face. Or RNG reliance. So, you know what, 7.5 is like the place to be. To be better than that is where you start having more meta heroes. If 172 does not have healing, well, they have a Verthandi and a Valkyrie. So that's healing. That is quite a bit of healing, actually. The Snuggie is right here. I'm just not using it right now. Alright. We give Pogi a 9.62 and move on. We're not even gonna think about it. Alright, this is Aaron. Can I fit him on this line? I can. Oh my Erin. Alright. Alright, Pogi. Alright, Pogi. You're right. I will upgrade your team. There. Alright, next. Hey, Jake. And you have more points than the people that I would have given full points to. So, you have more points than them, therefore you do better than them. Next. Hi, Isaac. I just didn't remember if Ultima had all of her abilities unlocked at 6-star versus 9-star. Because I think Khalil gets his last one at 9. I just don't remember if Ultima does too. The time for kicking the can down the road is now. I'll give this an 8. All right, fine. So we'll go back to Pogi's team. We know that his team does well. There. Done. I'm going to give this an 8. Solid heroes, solid choices, very strong team. Does perfectly fine. You would like to have Skuld, though. If you had Skuld, it would go a little bit higher. Pogi's team is ridiculous. Oh, his team kills my team. I would not get a perfect score on my team. Alright, next is Kel. Is that an L or an I? Okay, it's just Kel. What the heck is that font? What is this font? Yasezul. This is exactly the same team as before. 8. It's a good team, but this is exactly the same team as this one. But your priorities are right, so you get the same score. Which is basically you would like to have a Skuld. But this team is great. Do we give crowns? We do give crowns for this, but it's for low scores rather than high scores. And right now, Come At Me has the lowest, which is just a 5. It's just not bad. Oh my god, this guy has a T2 and a T3. Wait, I won! I won! Hey! Check this out. I beat 172. How did I beat it? This is what it takes to beat 172. Oh my goodness. In order to beat 172, you gotta have 15 million damage on Freya. Jeez. Jeez. Okay. So we'll go back to auto-clicking on 173. Oh, I beat 173 also. Second try. With another 15 million Freya. Hey, AJ. Wow. Okay. My Kurt just has, oh, hey, there's 174. My Kurt just has Ragnarok. Attack and Ragnarok, I think. Alright, so now I will auto-click on 175. Okay. So Winged Weasel Winged Weasel has a T1. Oh, he has a T1 Lorelei. Ugh. Freya has, I believe she has a Tears of the Goddess. What do I want to happen on this one? There is healing. There is healing. Azathoth will stop it. So this guy would have gotten... This guy would have gotten an 8, but he loses points for having so many unbuilt heroes. So Sean, if this is you, you get a 7.5. It would have been an 8, except you have all these heroes at T1, T2, T3, and it's ridiculously bad. So you lose points for that. That's a pretty bad thing. Alright, so moving forward, let's see how many I can do today. Oh. Wait, I told you to stop building... Who? Lorelei and... Who did I tell you to exactly stop? Oh wait, it does have Skull. Okay, you're right. So we'll give him an 8. He does have Skuld. So it would have been an 8.5 if it was perfect. Whoa, hey, check this out. This is working out really nicely for me. What is this? What is this? How did Kurt do 24 million damage in 3 turns? He did 24 million damage in 3 turns. 3 turns! That is ridiculous. 3 turns. He must have fired turn 2 and then Phoenix gave him energy and he fired again turn 3. And that must have been what did it. That's the answer. Wow. Wow. Wow, okay. I will take it. Okay. Oh yeah. So we'll give you an 8. So, okay, knowing that, now that I know the that you've made the decisions you've done, I'm down with raising your score to an 8. Wow, I beat 175. That's amazing. I've never beaten that before. Not even in the pre-Phoenix days. Alright, so... So this is shady. Nathan Yig will do more at 10 stars than Kurt will. So now I am auto-clicking on 176. So we'll see what happens when the update comes. But I'm not going to have time to try outside of... I'm not going to have time to auto-click after the update. So this may all be wasted. Okay, so this is shady. Full stop means stop what you're doing. Stop thinking, stop discussing, stop arguing. Just do it. Alright. I think I'd rather have Azathoth than Freya. So if this was Azathoth, it would be a 9.62. That's it. But because it's not, we'll give it a 9.5. But this is a really good team. I kind of suggest... Gamer Ghost, you are very late. It's almost 2 hours in. I might want to suggest getting Kurt up to level 300 first. Azathoth will do fine at 276. Take Kurt to 300. He needs to do more damage. 9.62 is for all possible variations, including 1 Kurt, 2 Kurts, 1 Kurt, 1 Themis, etc. It's for all variations of a top-end burst team. Because most of those can beat each other. Alright, next is Tweed. Man, he made Watchman. But he's got Scold. Wow, who are you tanking with? And why do you have a T1 Dro? Azathoth on backline? Try it out. Try both ways and see which one does better for you. It kind of depends more on your opponents. A middle of the night stream? I can't. I gotta get up earlier tomorrow. Maybe I can do like an hour after the update. I don't know. I don't know if I can. 9.98 beats 9.962's 9 out of 10 times. Maybe 95 out of 100 times. VIP 11? I want to say it's like $5,000, but let me check. No, it's like $9,000. $9,000. Alright, Andrew. I will see if I can do it. First 6 is your lineup. Tanking Scold, Lorelei. Alright, so Tweed, or Blank, you already know the rules. You lose points for not giving me your lineup. So let's see what you got. Scold, Lore, Kurt. Scold, Lore, Kurt. Valk, Freya, Aegina. Does Watchman do better than Aegina? It's probably comparable, but because Watchman is low level, maybe not yet. I guess that's an 8.5 team. It's not perfect, but I guess it's good enough. Real men have VIP 18. That means there are no real men in the world. There is no VIP higher than 15. Themis and Phoenix to replace Freya and Aegina. Yeah, that would make it a 9-point-something team. In its current state, it's not there. Freya and Aegina just don't fit on that level. But it's a good team. Oh, shoot. I can't record buying the skin because it shows my credit card. I'll record you. I'll record me getting it. Watch with Lore Tank is supposedly good. I believe it. But I thought that a Lore Tank was designed without having a Kurt, maybe. I don't know. I think Lore Tank is something that only a couple of people have truly explored. And so I'd like to see it in action, but I do not know its true capability. Now I'll record getting the package for it. So I would say try lore tank, but unfortunately I don't know enough to give you the perfect setup for lore tank. But I think speed lore with, or no, full damage lore in tank can do really well. Because I've seen lore with Ragnarok in tank do like 7 million damage in PvP. But you have to try it, and I do not know the setup. I know it can work. Detlef, because this text is here. This text is here for you. All right, good night, Roman. Thanks for stopping in. Watchman tank would be iffy only because his HP is so low. So it's hard to suggest Watchman tank, but until someone does it, it would be hard to say whether or not it's good. It's like how good it is. Like there's just not enough data out there for like lore against all possible opponents. All right, so this is Evil Shadow. Basic, oh no! So this is a T3 Valk. And because he's got Dro, you lose points for Dro. So this would have been an 8 team. I'm going to drop it to 7.25. Because of your choice with this Skull T1 and because of Dro. It does okay, but it loses a lot of points for choices made. Guillermo, you totally can. Unfortunately, not this time because you're too late. If you want to be notified when I go live, you might want to be on the Discord and have the team critique role. And then I tell people when I'm going live, and that's when you would submit your team. Can I guess the New Year event? No. They're pretty random. They are pretty random with their events. I'm hoping they don't do another 2-week event, though, because that would be kind of annoying. Because for the anniversary, they did 2 weeks, and the events sucked, actually. All the 2-week stuff was, like, annoying. Okay, so RGV, you are TRT. This is TRT. Who should you T for? Verth, Kurt, or Skuld? Why are they at T3? Why are you taking all these hero to T3 and not to T4? I would rather you have a T4 Kurt and a T2 Skuld than 2 T3s. Okay. So this would have been probably an 8 team. We'll drop it to 7.5 for... We'll drop it to 7.5. If you don't have copies, you should have been buying... Like, you should be finishing up these heroes. If you don't, and like, if you don't have the copies, you shouldn't really be building them. You should be building heroes that you can use. Like, even Verthandi. How can you not have enough Verthandis yet? Oh well. So we'll give it a 7.5. Man, is our biggest loser this week gonna be a 5? Wow. Is he max VIP? No, it's just hidden. He chose to hide it. So when you click the chat box in the world screen, you can choose to show or hide your own VIP. I think it's there. Is it somewhere else now? Take it easy, JSB. Thanks for stopping in. I don't remember where it is. I thought it was there, but you basically hide it so it doesn't show up on your profile or on your chat. You can see it on your own, but other people can't see it on your profile. All right. Take it easy, QVN. No, he didn't have to... Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. So he did scroll down just to hide it. Okay, well, then so be it. So be it. Good night, Isaac. Kurt or Skull? Do Kurt. Absolutely do Kurt. T4 Ripper? Did he have a T4 Ripper? No, that was Aiden. Aiden with the fan skin, which was... I don't like that skin. Oh my god, I cannot beat 176. That's 79 times I've tried, and I can't beat it. And who do they have? Do they have healing? There is no healing on the team, so maybe I don't need Azathoth. Maybe I don't need Azathoth. So I'll use Valkyrie then. Okay. So this is QVN. I think this team is fine. It's sad that he's still got a... Oh my god. Seriously? I replaced Azathoth for Valkyrie in 1 second try. Look at this. Look at Freya's damage. Look at Freya's damage. Okay. What does this have? Khalil, foreign. They have healing, but not major. I probably still don't need. So this is like... Hi, Rayno. Oh, wait, I won. Fair. Hold on. Twin, I would not fodder, Do you use Azathoth against... Oh, no, never mind. Against Valkyrie? I would not fodder Watchman. He was hard enough to get, and he's not going to be easy to get replacement copies of. Hi, Hetty. Okay, good. Now we can try 179. Oops. Sanasam Yig is very hard to kill. He has... If he fires his skill, he has like 65% damage reduction. Oh my god. I need to record a new... Okay, 1 sec. One sec. Honestly, Hetty, I don't know how much better I could have worded that. I really don't know how much better I can word this to make it easier for you to understand. Oh, I see. That's not working out. Okay. I guess I'll give this a 7. I feel like it's not bad, and it'll do fine against corresponding teams, but the heroes are not amazing. And Detlef is pretty bad at this level. But it looks like you got the Tiger King to make somebody 10. I guess Verthandi would be the best first option here. I mean, as a newer player, you can't do crazy stuff, I guess. Would I return Aegina and build Skuld and Yig when he comes out? Are you saying you don't have Skuld already? There. Better. Maybe. I don't know that I would break Aegina. I still think Aegina is amazing in PvE. And I think that it would be fine. Is it good to convert Werewolf to Drow? No. Drow is not really that good. Alright, this is Calm, who is hunting for Valkyrie to change Puppet Maid. How many heroes is needed to make a T4? You need 9 copies. Alright, let's see here. Holy cow. Holy cow. I wish I could see your bag. Murad, I think you should be pulling, but you may not make Yig, but you should be pulling, because you will want to have copies of him. God, I can't beat 179. Let me see what his team has. Phoenix. Oh, he has Phoenix. I should be using Azathoth. Hey, Goosey. Hold on. Changing my team up. Yeah, I definitely want Azathoth for this team. Do I want double Skuld or do I want Valk? I guess I would want Valk for damage. Okay, then I will use... yeah, things are going great right now, I'd say. Alright, so I really want to see this guy's bag. Honestly, for 95, yeah, it's a bit low. I really want to see the rest of your bag. Ultimate is not that useful at 5 stars. If you've been saving that much and you still don't have any T1s, you've been saving the wrong way. You should have been making Verthandis or Freyas, which you could easily have saved up for. Why would I buy the skin? Which skin? What skin are we talking about? He bought the skin for Ripper. This Ripper, I mean, that skin costs nothing. Honestly, buying yellow skins doesn't hurt anything. I mean, you gotta buy 5 of them anyway, and there's no way that anybody can buy 5 skins that they will use. So I don't think it hurts to buy this Ripper skin. Also, it looks pretty cool, so there is that. Goosey, I am closed for today, sorry. It's over 2 hours into the stream. Alright, so how do I rate this team? If I rate him against other people with 2 7-stars, I think he does pretty good. Return Watchman to make Yig? I asked the same thing. I was told no. I think you may regret returning Watchman because he does fit into late teams. He's not as easy to use as Yig is, but it's not so bad. It's 20 million. And 20 million gold this early in the game is not that bad. Good night, Drogenis. Thanks for stopping in. Dinker, should I be using double Skulled or Skulled Valkyrie on 179? Detlaf sucks at 6 stars. Honestly, Detlaf sucks before T4. He doesn't do enough damage. Ripper actually is better here. So this is actually a good choice with Ripper. And Vivienne is a very strong healer, especially this early. Gerald is not the best choice, but looking for Valkyrie is fine. Vipul, you're going to regret not pulling full 3 rounds for Yig. I will tell you that. You will regret it. It's not easy to get otherwise. Update supposedly starts in an hour. And then will take 3 hours. Alright, so this team, honestly, it's not terrible. I feel like there were better options. Like, you may want to replace Ultima and Puppet Maid with some, maybe a slightly more useful tank. Or some Heaven and Hell just for the aura. But without seeing the bag, I couldn't tell you. 3 rounds for Yig is 5 copies guaranteed, yes. So, honestly, I can give this team a 6, maybe? 6.5? I can give it a 6.5. Actually, it's not terrible. The 5 stars is just are not the factor here. You're looking at the 7 stars, and these 7 stars are actually very good choices early. It's not that important. I'd say your team is fine as it is. Just see if you can get a better tank option. I mean, Vivienne will end up tanking because Ultima will die and Samurai will die, and that's fine. She'll do these heroes are fine. But getting other copies of, remember, just keep in mind that getting 1 copy of a hero is not progress for you. Just because you got 1 Valkyrie doesn't mean that you should scrap your team and throw in the Valkyrie, because Valkyrie at 5 stars, when paired with 7 stars, is a waste of space. Oh, I did it! 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 This is 179. What the? What is that? How does Freya do 22 million damage? How does Freya do 22 million damage? She must have landed 5-man stuns like non-stop. That's ridiculous. In 5 rounds. 5 rounds. Look at their damage. Like, I locked them down. I locked the entire team down the entire time. So Freya did some work. She really put in some work. Holy cow. I wish I could watch this. I wish I could watch this replay. I swear I wish I could watch it, but I can't. There's no way to watch it. So that was 179. This is 180 right here. Oh, this is 180. I don't think I'll beat this, but... I mean, I'll just leave an auto-click on it, but I imagine I won't beat this. Oh, shoot. Nope. Okay, so I'll just auto-click 180 for a little bit. Teddy! Okay, so... Rash. Wait, Rash, didn't you submit before? No, you didn't. Okay. Rash asked, how does Yig and Kurt... Do I want... I do want Azathoth, because they have... Oh my god, this is gonna be impossible. I don't think I can beat 180 unless they nerf it. Oh my god, 180 has 52 million power. 52 million power. Oh my god. At least they don't have bubbles. And good night, Nathan. So my goal is what? To prevent the Monkey King and or the Mars from reviving and shutting down the Skuld. Oh god, that's rough. And they have a Lindbergh, so my backline needs to be correct. No, I think my backline's as good as it gets. Okay, we'll just leave it. Alright, so Rash asks, where do Yig and Kurt fit? Replace Detlaf and Freya. Throw and put in Yig and Kurt. I don't know where... We don't know exactly how good Yig will be as tank or not as tank. The notice said 3 hours, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. UTC. Most likely what it is it's a 3-minute update, but it will take 3 hours for them to roll through all of the servers, because they're doing it in batches, and so like certain servers will be done in the first 3 minutes and then the other ones will come later. So that's why. It's 3 hours for all servers to be done. And they're actually pretty good about it, so it probably will be faster than that. Good night, Omega. I also need Themis to weaken Monkey King so his reflect doesn't kill me. Possible. I don't have it. So basically I can't beat 180 then, right? Alright, then I'm not even going to try to beat 180. How much damage is reflect doing? Oh my god, he did 5.8 million. Okay, then I'm not even going to auto-click on 180. But oh my god, I can't believe I did it. I beat 179. 5 Skuld and 1 Valkyrie. Kurt will kill you. A single Kurt will wipe out most of that team. Only 1 Skuld will revive. The other 4 will die. And then you'll take out... And then he will proceed to take out everybody else. The planet trial change is simply them adding more levels to planet and den. So... Oh, what happened to my game? Okay. We don't know any more than that. Dink has Themis. Alpha Dog... True. But I don't believe 24 million damage is required. Or I don't think it's enough. And Kurt definitely will get killed by return damage. by Zexanoth and Monkey King. Like, Zexanoth is going to wipe out Kurt easily. Alright, so Rash gets an 8.5 for this team. Just because Themis is just not as strong as Kurt in the same type of setup. I don't think I can beat 180 with my team. Available, you submitted at the wrong time. You asked multiple times at the beginning if you could submit outside of Discord, and you were told no. And so you ended up submitting far too late, and I'm sorry, but that's how it goes. I do not always get to everybody that submits. All right, this is Cosmo Wolf. Although, actually, it looks like you're next, so if you were looking at the order of the people that submitted. This is the same team. This is basically exactly the same team as Rash just now. Oh, except for he has a Lorelei instead of a Themis, so it's a little bit worse. Okay, so we'll give this an 8. It falls off a little bit. Why are you tanking with Scold and not Phoenix? Why is that a better choice? No, Steven's pronunciation of Zexanoth is only for him. Guilherme Themis is a high damage burst hero. If she dies before she fires, or if she gets her red wings before she fires, she does a lot of damage. On top of that, her weakness allows her to reduce another hero's damage randomly by like 80%, so she can really disable high burst teams. Like, if she lands weakness on Kurt before he fires, Kurt does no damage. That's a 1 in 6 chance, but it's pretty solid. Alright, so Cosmo Wolf gets an 8. You're looking at focusing on some better heroes, I guess. You're looking at getting Kurt. Kurt would be nice. And he asked if he should pull for Yig. Well, he didn't read the text over there, apparently. Alright, next is available. What is this? Wow. Oh my god, and you have a Walnir. Why do you have a Walnir? Who does this team beat? It times out against, like, Verthandi. It times out maybe against Freya. On defense. On offense, it also, I think, loses. It loses to Detlaf. It loses... It might time out against Reaper. So it will time people out on defense, but I also kind of think it times out on offense too. So I think it loses to a lot of teams. Rillia's healing is not enough at this level to get past skills. On offense, I don't think you beat anyone. And on defense, you time out a lot of people. So it probably wins on defense maybe 50-60% of the time. But it times out on offense. You don't win. Like, you do not win on offense. So if you don't win on offense and you lose most of the defense, that puts you in the lower 30-25 percentile. So this team gets like a 3, I think. All it is a defense team. But if you can't win on offense, what good are you? Like, you can't gain any points on attacking in honor. So how do you gain points? You just sit there and hope people attack you? And they don't need to. They can kill your other 2 teams. They can see your Aurelia. They just have to avoid it. You don't have anything else in the other 2 teams. 2? I'm willing to give it a 2. Man, for like all decisions to make, a 2? What would it take for it to be a 1? That's what I'm actually curious about. Like, how much, what would it have to be to get a 1? Would it be a T4 Aurelia? Would it be T3 Aurelia paired with like 1 stars? Like, how much worse could he do to this team to make it a 1? That's actually my biggest question. T4 Orphe. 2.1 for the Bear Guild. That is a nice guild name. Actually, Dalwyn has a really good point. That's an amazing guild name. Okay, so if he had multiple T1s alongside a T3 Aurelia, that would drop it. So we'll give it a 2-point Bear. T4 Tesla. I'm curious about T4 Tesla. His stun could be interesting. His stun and his death stun could pair really well with some people. Alright, so next is Killer B. Good night, Guillermo. Thanks for stopping in. This guy's got a lot of tanks too. Actually, this team's not bad. This is actually a pretty solid team. I might consider dropping the Vegvisier for Ripper, though. T4 Hester. T4 Mulan. I want a T4 Mulan. I want to play with that. Wait, Alexa said Mulan got patched. Steven, can you check that? I really don't think Mulan got patched. But it's possible that it did happen. But I really don't think so. I think it might come in this patch, maybe. In this update today. I think this team is actually fine. Aw, somebody left the guild. I don't believe Mulan's patch has happened yet. I really don't. But, I mean, I could be wrong because I don't fight that many Mulans. So I don't have the actual answer to that. Teddy. Okay, so Killer B. No, this team is good. This is a good team. I think Vegvisier would be better traded for Ripper because you've already got a good tank with Verthandi and actually a good backup tank in Phoenix. Teddy, come here. Teddy, are you biscuiting my Snuggie? You are making biscuits on my Snuggie. That's very cute. I like it when they do that. Teddy. That is a teddy cat. He's watching me. Tips on Void Cage? Right now, not yet. I don't think there's any tips other than stack your healing and see how it goes. Alright, so this team, I'll give it a 7.5. I think it's solid. I think this is a very solid team. So for Void Cage, until we know more about like what teams we're facing to get through, how much healing is available. Veg CC at 9. Let's see here. I think it's pretty bad. That's why I think Ripper is a better choice. It is 4 people, 37% chance freeze. And he only gains... Oh, wait, no, he's 9-star. So he does gain 10% crit rate per hit. Yeah, backline Veg would be good. Okay, so I think this team is okay as it is, but I think that also Veg in the back could be good, or also Ripper in place of Veg could be good. No, Veg hits 4 people at 10-star, at 9-star. Oops, I closed something. Yeah, he hits 4 people at 9-star. And at 10-star, it stays 4 people. Oh, wait. Wait. Yeah, he doesn't miss. He doesn't miss at 9-star as well. So maybe try Ripper. Alright. Next is Gallagher. Vandette at 5 stars, if he hits 2, maybe, but at 6 stars he hits 4, and at T4 he hits 6. Alright, this is Gallagher. Boy, I hear Gallagher and I just think of Shameless. Alright, you know what? This is the same thing. You're on a good path. Just keep working on that Dettlaff. Do not take anyone else to T1 without working on this Dettlaff all the way to T4. This is it's a good team. Who else has a jump like that? Ripper goes from hitting 2 to hitting 3, the entire backline, I think. Phoenix, a lot of people actually gain do not miss on their skill at T4, like Phoenix. Maybe Dettlaff, I'm not sure. But Phoenix gaining does not miss on his skill is pretty solid, as does, I believe, Valkyrie. That's big. That's very big. I am not going to get to everybody today. Is Ripper worth building a T4? He's good as your first 1 to 3 T4s. Anything past that, and not anymore. Can someone count how many I've done already? I feel like I went at a decent pace today, but I don't think I did as many as I would have liked to do. Freya goes from 4 to 6 at 10 stars? No, she goes from 4 to 6 at 6 stars. At 6 stars, she hits all 6. But I think her petrify rate is only like 20% at 6 stars or something like that. Let me see. Aishwari, which name was yours? Honestly, I could not tell you, actually. 32? Nope, at 6 stars, it's actually 20%. At 10 stars, it's 32%. And at T4, it is 36%. So where did this 32 come from? None of you are right. Alright, this is Kumonryu, who posted... Okay. 8 Reaper or 8 Verthandi, depends what you need. If you do not have a tank, take Verthandi's better. If you already have a tank, Reaper's better. Killer Bee, you can go back like 5 minutes. 32? Oh, 32 is good. Let's rush to 40 and be done. Actually, I'm really happy with that. On worse streams, I would have been at like 20 at this time. So, you know what? 32 is good. Thank you. Let's maybe try and get to 40. Alright, this guy is actually really good. I was also discussing Freya's Petrify raid. It's not my fault. Pogi, are you just talking about how her wings are not upside down? We'll give him a 7.5 and we'll move on because honestly, this is a very good team. You're making Valkyrie your next T4 is solid. And then honestly, after that, it doesn't really matter. Make whoever you've got copies of. Because Monkey King, Aegina, Skuld, Phoenix, Lorelei, Kurt are all very good options. Actually, Monkey King might be iffy. You may not want to make him. Because you have Verthandi. Alright, this is Fairy Falls? Fairy Fails. If this guy had Reaper and Detlef as his first T4s, like, it's funny because all of these 4 are godlike first T4s. All of these are amazing, so you probably have been tearing people up for a long time. That's... So he's looking to make Yig for spot 6. How do you maximize burst damage? Apart from Skuld, who should transition? Double Kurt... Oh my god. Alright, so App Gambler... Okay, double Kurt is fine, but Kurt is not going to be a tank. Snipe, I might stream for like an hour after the update ends. Maybe. I don't know if I can or not, but it will be very short if it is. Lucas, you are far too late for this round. You will have to wait until next time. But good morning. And I know it's not very European time friendly for these streams, but unfortunately that's the best I can do, just based on my own schedule. You're looking for synergy for Reaper, and Reaper has no synergy. On a T4 team, there is no synergy. He needs people to die for him to get stronger. And your goal is not to have people dying, so he would be one of the first to go. But if you're going to put Yig here, I guess that's fine. How do you maximize burst damage? Get Skuld. Yeah, this is a team that would be very strong against comparable teams just because of how the heroes you have. But this is not a high-end team. Lucas, instructions are right here. So this team, where it is... I would give it an 8. I would give it an 8. But you're gonna look to get rid of Reaper too. You will find out that Reaper's damage is very poor when you have a full T4 team, because he just does not have any synergy. So get Yig for Phoenix and get I can't give it an 8.5 without Skuld and all of these squishy heroes. Available, those choices are good, but the thing is, waiting for 3 copies of Phoenix is going to take you a very long time. That would be a huge improvement to your team, but the other problem is, Phoenix is also not a very good first T4. So do not make Phoenix Rillia into Phoenix if you don't have another T4 alongside him. Smasher, I would keep the Verthandi, but converting Dro to Lorelei is fine. With Curt damage, he helps Det go off. If you're just trying to weaken them with Reaper, it's not good enough. You can do better. The point is that you can do better. Comparing against the people that you have been fighting is not the right comparison. Comparing against other people that have a Skuld and a Curt and a Valkyrie is what I am comparing to, and you will do very poorly against those people. So you're doing great against like weaker players on the same level as you that haven't spent as much maybe or something, but when you get to the full T4 team, you will find how bad Reaper does for you. Yes, Phoenix does better in the backline, but it's still not significant damage, I think. All right. I need to move on if I want to hit 40. A good first T4, Valkyrie. Review your bag? I mean, you're asking me to tell you Lorelei and Skuld and Phoenix. That's it. I guess that's true. Okay, then yeah, go ahead and convert to Phoenix. It's still better than Rillia. Smasher, team submissions can only be done in the Discord channel and only submitted within the first 30 to 45 minutes of stream. I will not do teams through direct message, otherwise I will have non-stop direct messages. Alright. So next is Ornstein. And can I make it 35? Can I make this the last one? My voice is actually going right now. I'm sorry guys, but my throat is actually hurting. So I'm gonna end on this one. Alright, I can do one more. So G2, you're next. You're Cairo. Well, if I had water, maybe. But I've also been talking nonstop for 3 hours. Okay, I'll do Cairo and then end on that. Why do you have T2 Skuld T through Smasher? Team critique is every 2 weeks or so, but I am live often. Okay, Christopher, you're Chris Ow? Okay, I'll do yours. How about Lala? Lala, are you here? I'll go faster. Ornstein. This would have been a 7.5, but I'm going to drop it to 7. I'm going to drop it to 7 because of the choice of Freya Verthandi. It's a good team, though. Your progress is fine. You don't really need Verthandi, But if you can build her... Oh, wait, you also had a T1 drill. I feel very happy with this 7 now, even if the rest of the team was better. This Dro is forever a disgrace on your team. Acrobot, you are too far down, I'm sorry. Alright, next is Cairo. Thanks for reminding me. I actually forgot. 6? I'm not going to give him a 6. I was giving him a 7.5, and I only drop half a point for that. I'll give him a 6.75. That's the best I can do. Huh, Giovanni must be happy. I've been doing a lot of 0.25s and 0.75s today. Wow, your first 10-star is Kurt. Smasher, I wouldn't. Lorelei is not worth moonstones right now. Try to get a stronger carry hero. Lorelei is not the best choice of an early carry. Wow, this is actually a pretty solid team. You can hear my voice going out. I appreciate that. This is a solid team. Azza has energy. You may want to give Azathoth a Bone Grip or a Scorching Sun instead, because his damage reduction isn't as strong at 9 stars as it is at T2. His damage reduction is maybe not high enough, but try either ways, see how it goes for you, but he should be more reliable with a Bone Grip. What is these little bugs? I'm gonna give this an 8, actually. This is a really good team for where it is. It's very solid. Alright, I am gonna end on Chris. I'm sorry, guys. Energy? Freya? Freya or Aegina. Either one. They both do really well with it on this team. Alright, this will be Chris Owl, and this will be my last one for tonight. I can't. I almost want to say fodder Saizo to Freya, but I shouldn't. Saizo and Walnir to Freya. It wouldn't be the worst idea, but it wouldn't. Probably not the best. I wouldn't do it. Just make someone else. But Walnir is the first one to get foddered to Freya to level her up. This team is fine. We'll give it a 7.5. Sorry, Anshul. My voice is going, so I am really not up to it. But remember, you can always post your team and other people do critiques. It's not just me. Alright, so this will be it for tonight. I will try to do a short stream when the update ends. And I gotta show Andrew the Skuld skin. I gotta do it. And I gotta see how Void Cage works with T4s. Burst team without Skuld? No. Skuld saves your burst team. She makes it work. If you don't have Skuld, your team becomes very unreliable. Alright, good night, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm sorry I didn't get to everybody, but that's... what time? Pacific time? It should be midnight, but we will see what time it starts. I don't know what time the update will end. I will try to be live when it ends for me. and I don't know when. Smirk Shadow, tomorrow is Community Keys. I think a lot of people will be pulling because Yig is really, really good. So definitely, I hope a lot of people come tomorrow and pull keys, but I will do 2 community streams because for people like me whose fuse resets on the last day of keys, we gotta wait. We can't pull keys until the very last day. So I will do a stream tomorrow for keys and one more on Wednesday, where for the rest of the people that had to wait. That'll be all for me tonight. Good night, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will remember to open the channel, and available has the crown this round. See you guys next time. Or